Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a different turn on the podcast this week. Usually we're joined by creators, podcasters, entrepreneurs, incredible people in the community. Today I've replaced them with this band of bunch. We're going to get into the Easy Open. This is coming out the Monday before, so we're 5 days away from the Easy Open. We're 4 years strong, and today we have three guests who have played in every single one of them. And I'm going to explain what we're going to get into today. So, firstly, the Easy Open is taking place April 20th at Fort Mill Golf Club. We're bringing everyone together. We're having a good day. We're playing Texas Scramble. For those who don't know how Texas Scramble works or are new to golf, everybody hits from the same position. You pick the best ball, and then everybody hits from there until the ball is in the hole. So we're going to dive into it. We're going to introduce who is the guest today. We're going to kind of go through the different teams. We're going to generate the team order, and then we're going to give some awards at the end. So to start it off, I've got Daniel Faler to my right on my screen. Dan, Mr. Faler, please introduce yourself. Tell me your handicap and who does your golf game represent?
All right. Well, hey guys, I'm Daniel Faler. Longtime teammate of EAZY. Been there since the first day I started college, and he was there as well. But long story short, we're gaining a great relationship, and now here we are continuing to run this golf program. So it's been a fun time. Started with 16, 20 people. Now we're up to 32, 34 people. It's been absolutely fantastic. And the more people we can continue to add to the squad would be fantastic. But I'm typically in that 18 handicap range. I like to say I'm, well above average. But anyways, a golfer that I compare with is Joel Damon. You guys seen the Top Golf series? Yes, he was the clown of the series. I'm not saying I'm the clown here, but he's a very aggressive player. I like to be aggressive. Hit some lucky shots. I can get lucky sometimes, right? So that's who I think I compare myself with in the golf game today.
The problem with Joel Damon is he's likable,
Yeah.
whereas you, for most instances, are the opposite.
Oh wow, I see. I find myself very likable. I think you could ask DJ and Austin.
I also love this podcasting voice that you're bringing to the thing. You're sounding a lot more professional, a lot more in tune. And in case of not making this the Daniel Fader show, we're going to move on to Austin Claymon. Austin, what is your handicap? Who represents your golf game?
I'll actually answer the question and not ramble on for 5 minutes, but I'm probably around an 8 to 10 handicap, I would say. And then a golfer that I would say I'm similar to, I picked Jordan Spieth because he's kind of all over the place. You never really know what you're going to get, but he's kind of nice around the greens or short game and chipping. So I think I'll pick Jordan Spieth for that one. And then quickly to opine on Danny's comment, I don't know, Joel, people want to root for him, and Danny, people kind of want to root against him. So I would actually say it's the opposite.
Okay, so you said what I said, and to get to
I love
to Austin's point of Spieth's a major winner. He has actually won stuff in his career. Austin yet to win anything, so we maybe got to reframe and rework that. And with that, let's move on to the boomer of the group, Mr. DJ Short.
Yes,
Please introduce
yes.
yourself. What's your handicap?
Thanks for having me. DJ Short, obviously, I had the pleasure of coaching all three of you guys in your, formative years at Queens. Some were better players than others, all great people, though. I am the only one here who's actually won this tournament more than once. And then I think I was runner-up in the third one. So only one who's actually been on the dance floor and gotten some hardware and won some money. So looking forward to playing again this year. But my my handicap right now, I would say 16 to an 18. I don't want to compare myself to a golfer. I know I'm going to get roasted for this, but I think I got a little Scheffler in my game. But it's more because of my putting. My putting is shocking at times. but I can advance the ball. You know, I can get it going and moving up the course. But again, I knew I was going to get roasted for that, but I just want to be honest.
So Scotty Scheffler, but all the worst parts of his game. That kind
Yes.
of that kind of makes sense. But DJ is right. He is the only winner in this group, 2 times winner. So I guess you're carrying the most weight, and you have the biggest say on this. So we're going to move on. Oh, I didn't say myself. You know me, Rani Judge. Your handicap is about a 10 to a 12 right now. I'm not going to be Austin and say it's too high, but let's say 10 to a 12. And my game strongly. I'm wearing red, but I'm not going to say Tiger. It's a John Rahm. I've got that short backswing, high impact, you know, and I hit it long. So it's a John Rahm game. We're going in to try and win the EAZY Open this year, but I would say hosting the tournament is completely different. I've been the martyr the last 3 years, and this year I'm going to change that. So let's move on. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen actually. So for those who are watching on YouTube, we've got to first decide the order of where we will be playing next week. And then we will move on to kind of reviewing these teams and getting into it. So, you know, I've never shared my screen on here before. So this is something new. Oh, it's working. Cool. So the teams we have 18 captains. Team EAZY is me, Team Lum, Team Cramarosa, Team Gore, Team Short, former winner, Team King, Team Huddy, and Team Spiru. So let's see the order in which we'll be playing. Dun. King is up first. Team Short second. Team EAZY third. I like that kind of middle of the pack. Team Gore number 4. Team Spiru in 5th. Team Cramarosa 6th. Team Lum in 7th. And Team Huddy is going to round off the group. Okay, so in that order, we're going to go and review the teams and kind of make our predictions, see where we think these teams are going to end up. And let's get into it a little bit.
Yeah, real quick, Team Huddy, what's up with Team Danny? I thought I was been here for a while.
If you shoot,
Yeah, I'll give you the ranks.
I know. When I was deciding who's the leader, I thought you've got no captain kind of qualities or leadership abilities, nor are you the best player. So I had to kind of move it on. So the first team we are reviewing is Team King. That's Ryan King. Some of his employees. I've never played with Zach P or Sam on. So they're a tight-knit group, but I do know they play every Friday. And Chino, who I think might be the dark horse in this tournament. I've never seen him play in person. I see him on Instagram every week playing in that Canadian sun. Apparently, they have some good weather there. I'm going to start with DJ Short. What's your opinion on Mr. King's team?
I mean, my first one is they're going to be absolute crap because, again, I've seen Ryan play before. He's shocking. I don't know Zach P or Sam, but I'm just going to go on a limb. And then Chino, again, like you said, could be a dark horse. None of us know anything about him. I know he was a decent soccer player and enjoyable to coach, but no idea about his golf game. But I'm not too worried about this team. For me, I think I'm going to kind of fall in the middle of the pack, maybe towards, the back of the pack. We'll see. I mean, you never know.
Faler, what's your opinion? I'm assuming you've played with Zach and Sam, and so have you, maybe, Austin. So what's your opinion on this team?
Unfortunately, I have not played with Zach or Sam. King, he can be all over the place. Chino, yeah, I think that's that could potentially be the dark horse right there. Great person, good looking, just all around, probably gonna kill it. But I mean, yeah, I think I agree with DJ. I would say middle of the pack. I wouldn't put them toward the end because I think they have some sort of potential. But I'll put them in the middle.
Right ahead of your team, right?
The one thing too, and Austin, you might touch base on this. We've all played in these tournaments before. If you're relying on just your one guy to carry you, it's just not going to happen.
You can't do it alone.
Correct. So, a lot of pressure for Mr. Colin By.
Austin, what's your opinion on this team?
I do not know Zach and Sam. I did play with King, which I think he's volatile, but he has some good stuff in his bag. He was whacking his 2-iron about 270, but that was not helping with the score. But he has progressed. I don't know Chino, but he sounds like a ringer. But as we said, nobody can do it alone. So I would say this team is not a contender.
Yeah.
So what we're kind of picking up is that Ryan King, he can run a business, but I don't know if he can run the golf course. He seems to be all over the place. King, I'm sorry to say that. It looks like this should be renamed Chino's team moving forward. Zach and Sam, we know nothing about you, to be quite frank. So you've got to show up, and we've got to see something on that day, especially for King and Chino's sake. So we're thinking they're middle of the pack. We're going to move onto the second team, which was, I believe, Mr. Shorts. And we are over here. So DJ, you can speak about your own team, I think, to start us off.
Feel good about us. Tuttle, Mr. Matt Tuttle, High Points finalist, ex-professional soccer player, very solid golf game. He's also won a few championships with me. Bart just got a brand new hip. I think he's a year out from that. Got a very solid game. The thing about Bart, too, is you always know he's going to hit it right down the middle. So we might not be driving the ball 275, 300 yards, but we'll get it right down the middle in the fairway. And then, Matt and I think, are kind of the same golfer. Usually score the same way at least. And then John D, I'm very close with John D. Never golfed with him, but I do know he is a member at Gaston Country Club. If that's saying one thing.
Wow.
So he might suck at golf, but he's got some money.
And it's funny because I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen for all the people out there. When you're organizing these events, someone drops out late. DJ said he had someone lined up for weeks. He has not shared the information on this person's name. We get a random, most generic John D coming in late in the game. Apparently, they've been longtime friends, but never played golf. I mean, it just doesn't add up. And just to speak on Tuttle, I mean, last year's winner of the Closest to the Pin game. As an organizer of the event, this guy's a mute to me. If you're listening to this, Tuttle, you've got to actually message. You're one of those people that are blacklisted on my board because you drive me crazy. And then to Bart, who is apparently had a hip replacement for the last 4 tournaments. So, I'm very interested to see how he shows up. Always shows up for a good time. He's also the daddy of Justin Cramarosa there, affectionately known as Justy. But as DJ said, a solid player, hits the ball straight, and we have some past champions. So I'm putting you in the middle of the pack. Faler, Austin, what's your thoughts?
Awesome.
I'll go ahead for this one, but I would start. I think they're probably top 3. It's a solid team, and I played with DJ last weekend, and he played great. Shot a 38 on the front. I don't know it on the back, but it wasn't as good. But this is a good team. Tuttle and DJ are solid. Played with both of them. Bart, it's just him against the world with a new hip, so Mr. Reliable, and he's the best guy. So that's a solid team. I do know John D. Never played with him, but based on his temperament, he could be a pretty good golfer. So it seems a little sandbaggy and some sketchiness going on with this team and how it was constructed. But I do think it's a pretty solid team. Probably coming second or third, maybe behind Team EAZY and me and Ryan and Jezzy.
Does temperament, I'm assuming his temperament from the football pitch is being referred to here, or is it somewhere else? Do you think, as all being football soccer players, temperament on the pitch translate to your golf game?
I think it depends on who you are.
It can.
Dan Faler, what's your thoughts? Give us an insight.
I mean, I can see it being relayed a little bit, right? I mean, I take someone like Isaac Walker, someone who's calm and collect on the ball. Just has a natural swing for the game, But then you got Sattler, who's, soccer, decent, but better golfer at the end of the day. So temperament, it could play a role, but, I guess we can see.
Okay, well, let's move on then. Third team is the winning team of this year's predicted event. It is Team Easy, Team Me, Team Austin, Team MJ, Team Okay. Now, I'm going to say we're really, DJ mentioned earlier, one man cannot carry the team, and I would firmly agree. But here we have two. And they're both on this call today.
It's a two-person team, fellas.
So, Austin, get us started. You're part of this team. Kind of talk us through the players and what you're going to expect from us this year.
Well, we're gonna have good vibes on Team One, so a lot of beer's gonna get drank. I played a lot with Omer and MJ. Omer, great guy. You want him with you in the cart, but he's just not gonna contribute too much. But every once in a while, he'll hit a ringer, so he's good to have on the team. He's also new to the game, so we are realistic here. It takes time to progress. MJ, little trust fund baby, came from money, so he kind of grew up a little bit golfing. Never plays at all, but whenever you do play with him, he's pretty solid. I would say once you get an ounce of beer in him, the game shoots through the floor and he won't contribute. So we'll have to monitor that, me and Ryan. Based on that, two-person team, but Ryan and I are pretty similar. I think we can be competitive and bring the best out of each other. And he hasn't performed in 3 weeks or 3 years doing this, so maybe the fourth time he might contribute. We might have a good team and a good shot.
I'm going to keep it. You're my teammate. I love everything you said. Let's move on to Faler. Faler, what do you think about this team you've seen here?
Well, this is the group right here. Definitely see middle to top of the pack as far as scoring goes. I would say third or fourth overall. I wouldn't say you're going to be competing for the top two spots. Again, at the end of the day, it comes with consistency, and I think that's what my team brings. But we'll get to that later on. Yeah, I mean MJ and Omer, you guys gotta keep tabs on them. I know you guys are a 2-man show, but I don't see you guys being much of competition in this match.
Mr. DJ Short, give us your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to speak on it for very long. Team is very top heavy with you two. And, the two other guys love him to death. And I'm excited to be there and drink beers with him. And I would also like to be a fly on the wall to watch some of the balls they hit. But again, you guys always play together every single year. You also play weekly. And it's crazy to me that y'all haven't gotten close to winning this thing yet. And it's going to be a lot of pressure. I think if you can keep you guys in the fairway and get you close to the green, I know Austin kind of, close it from there because he's very good around the greens. So,
I'll take that. I'm gonna take that because Umar this year has said this is his year of golf. I'm just going to say that publicly so everyone can hear it. This is his year of golf, and he's committed. I'm proud of him. I want him to hear this on the podcast today. I'm proud of his game. I got him some new golf clubs here in Colorado, shipped them to him because he was previously using a hockey puck.
Were they hand delivered by somebody?
Yeah, there's a team effort. There was a team effort, Austin, wasn't it? Austin, we didn't play together last year, so I'm just going to say, just put that out there. And I finished last. So we're going to move on. I believe, I was a martyr last year, and I took that. And sometimes you have to do that as a leader. So let's move on from me. Tired of talking to myself, and let's go into Team 4, Mr. Gore, the young team. So we got Kieran, Louis G, Nick T, and Stanton. Who wants to start us off there? I think Austin, you're in a good place. Let's just talk about these guys.
Yeah, I could start with this one. Kieran's a good golfer. He's pretty volatile too, but he can play well. So depends what you're going to get from him. So he'll probably carry this team. Louis pretty solid. I don't think he plays golf very much. So I know you said the last team was top heavy, DJ, but this one's very top heavy with maybe one. But that's because I do know Nick, but I don't know. I never golfed with him, so I don't know his level. Then I don't know who Stanton is either. But
rugby player. He's a rugby player apparently. So
does rugby translate to golf? We don't know. But
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
I don't think the temperament's there.
In terms of ranking, I'll put this team bottom 3. We'll just go with that.
We're going back at the DJ. What do you feel about this team?
I don't know much. I don't know Nick T. Don't know Stanton. Kieran and Louie. I'm going to put this team probably in the bottom two because I think Kieran's a great golfer. He's going to start getting frustrated and those beers are going to start flowing. By the 10th hole, he's going to be wondering how he's going to get home to his fiance, and then it's just going to fall apart from there. So I would say, bottom two for sure.
Mr. Faler, give us your last thoughts.
I think I'm right there with the two of the guys, or DJ and Austin. I think bottom two of the pack. Don't know too much about this team, but I know Chandler was hitting some shots for Kieran last year, and he doesn't have them on his team this year. So I don't have high hopes for this team, but I wish them all the best.
Yeah, Kieran, fellow Englishman, good golfer. Austin's obviously word of the day is volatile, keeps coming up. But Nick T and Stanton, yeah, they're nobodies until they show up on the day. So looking forward to having you, but we're going to move on. Less is more with you guys. So Team Spiru, moving to the end, we've got Jay, Greg B, Ethan, and Ryan Kaczynski. Also, shout out to Kaz, 4-year attendee of all the events. Austin, I think you're in the right place to start this off. Tell us about this team.
Yep. I know everybody on this team. I did get some recent news that one of these guys might not be able to make it, and he is their best player by far, so I guess we'll see. So that could be good for the rest of us, but Jay...
Breaking news.
Yeah.
The breaking news, and this is what I don't want to hear on the week before the event without a message. This is what keeps me up at night. And everybody else who's trying to organize golf tournaments around the country. People like this. Anyway,
it didn't happen yet, so relax a little bit, buddy. But Jay is very solid, probably mid-70s. I played with him a lot, and he'll get you to the green in every hole in 2 shots or less. He can't putt, but that's what a team's for. Greg, I played with him once. He's pretty solid. I'd probably say, I don't know, maybe 80s. So pretty, top heavy, good top 2. I play with Ethan a lot. He's been progressing and playing a pretty good bit. So he'll contribute really close with Jay and Greg. So that would be a good culture team. Kaz, I love my guy Kaz. He plays a lot. He's taken lessons recently, so there might be some recent progression that we haven't seen, and he might just show up and shock the world. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I do think this is a good team. If Jay plays, definitely top 2, 3, maybe a contender. So we'll see what type of day Jay has, but it's a good team if everybody shows up.
That's a big prediction right there. Faler, I don't know who you know on this team, but what do you feel about this team?
Yeah, I know everyone except for Greg and Jay. Jay, I've heard some pretty crazy things about Jay, and if those things do stand strong, and if he does play, I think I'm right there with Austin as far as the 3 to 4 position. Could even have a shot at the title, but again, at the end of the day, one man cannot win this all. I'm sorry, Ethan and Kaz, I just don't have faith in you. Greg, you got to carry the team, brother. But yeah, I think 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
Mr. Short, maybe you can just comment on Kaz's game.
I love Kaz, but I'm not going to lie to people. He's not a good golfer. Played with Ethan once. He was solid, but he's, not much better. Sorry, buddy. I haven't seen Jay play golf before. I hear good things. He's actually a pretty good basketball player. I played basketball with him. Mm-hmm. He's a good little hooper. And then Austin's saying Greg's okay, and he shoots in the mid-80s. If he's shooting mid-80s, I think he's pretty solid.
Or maybe 90s. I don't know. It was a while ago. But...
yeah, it's a big difference there. But yeah, the team could be very top-heavy. And again, if this All-Star is not making an appearance, then it could be a game changer.
Right. And for me, I played with Jay. Jay was part of the EAZY Open 2 years ago, was part of my team. Jay, if you're listening, I'm sorry you were let down that year. I know it was cold. It was a cold day in Charlotte, North Carolina. Uncharacteristic today. I wanted you to show some character. But, you're a great player. Hopefully we'll see some better showing next weekend. Kaz, this is interesting that this keeps coming up in terms of transferability. We mentioned a hooper just then. Kaz is an athletic dude. Why do we think it's not translating on the golf course, guys? Like,
he ain't using it. He's not using any athleticism in his swing, and he's trying to get lessons, but I don't know. You need to like change your swing instead of treat the symptoms, and that's what he's done for a year or two.
Any other takes there, just to stay on Kaz a little bit longer? Is there any? No. Okay. We'll move on to the next team. We have Mr. Team Cramarosa, son of Bart Cramarosa. It is a family affair here at the EAZY Open. We've got Justin, Ewan, Chandler, and Mr. Isaac Walker. I think, DJ, you can start us off here.
So obviously I played with Justin this past weekend, and
How'd that go?
I saw the two sides of Justin.
Yeah.
Started off pretty rough, but when he gets it going, he can really move the ball. Drives the ball pretty well. I'm not expecting much from Ewan, except he'll probably pound some beers and be a great teammate. Isaac can be very solid, have some good shots. And then what I've heard, Chandler's got much better. And if we're honest, he should get much better. He works at a golf course. So for me, this team could kind of be a sleeper. I think they could surprise some people. Again, I think maybe the deciding factor of that team is how Justin's hitting the ball, because I think he's probably the long hitter on that team. So,
and to call out Chandler, not only does he work at a golf course, he works at the golf course we are playing at on Saturday. So, if anyone should know the course, it is Chandler. Hopefully, we'll get a smile from him on Saturday. Sometimes struggles to muster a smile, but I believe in him. Ewan, I think we've got to underestimate Ewan. He was part of last year's winning team. Obviously, it's got a big asterisk over that one, because also was Okia and a honourable mention to Alberto, who was also on that team, both plus 50 handicappers. but they
30, bro.
But they managed to win because they had Louise, the scratch golfer, and that's all we need to say on Louise. Louise will get too much screen time. He'll probably start running up here and talking. So I think this is a solid team. Isaac, of course, we've talked about his temperament earlier. When I look at this team, I see inexperience. That's what I really see. I don't see them stepping up to the occasion. I see them folding if any pressure comes. I'm putting them around 5th and 6th in next week's Open. Faler, what's your opinions?
I mean, I think you hit the nail right on the head. I'm looking at that 5-6 spot for them, maybe even 7. I can see them falling off, like you said. I think the consistency. I think this is a team that can get into their own heads. So I think everyone needs to do their own job of hackling this team when they get the chance, or heckling, excuse me. I just don't see this team making a run for the top spot. But some overall good players, Justin and Isaac especially.
Yeah. And just on behalf of everyone who's wondering who Faler is and why he can't pronounce words, it's a thing we've been working on for years now. We do a daily vocab kind of thing. But Austin, what's your opinion on Team 3?
I agree with DJ. I think this team's kind of a sleeper. Justin's solid. Isaac is solid. I play with him a lot. Ewan, I haven't played with him a lot, but I think he's up and down, but I think he can have great rounds, so I think he can definitely contribute. And I played with Chandler recently, and he started hitting his driver off the tee. He just looks like a golfer now. He's starting to actually play, so he has gotten a lot better. I don't know a number. I'll put him top 4, but this first team, I think that is solid and deep. Maybe 4 people that can contribute shots throughout the day, which isn't really the same with a lot of the other teams.
Yeah, so I think we're putting them up there, maybe 3-4. We'll see. But also inexperience. We'll see how it changes. The next team, Team 2. Next team, Team 2. I'm the only one who knows these people. Mr. Eli Lum, Steve, Jesse S, and we'll see. I work with Eli. Met him in the cafeteria. We started talking golf, and when we were best friends, this guy loves to talk golf. I mean, I work occasionally, and the time I am working, I'm talking about golf with Eli. You know, he's moved to Charlotte about 3 years ago. He often likes to use DJ's excuse of kids and that interrupting his golf game. But
Very real thing.
we'll see. You know, we're yet to experience it. Maybe we'll come around and join the Boomer crew. Steve, I know I think he's in the single digits. Eli is around 12 to 14. And Jesse, when I was requesting he pull a team together, I was saying these guys need to be 15, 16. So he said they are. I think he's lied to me. I personally believe this is going to be a strong team. It's if they end up winning it, you know, I think there's going to be some hate. There may be some hate thrown their way as a team no one knows. Any other comments from anyone? I know you don't know these guys, but you can put out some comments on there, some words of hate or encouragement if you'd like.
It sounded like we just got hustled since you let this team join. The EAZY Open, very Queens dominated, part of the close-knit group that everyone knows. So if we bring some people in here and they just whoop our ass, it's a bad look for the commissioner.
I second that.
I'll take it. But one thing I will say is this is an event open to all. It's called the Open All. Don't listen to Austin. You're all welcome next year. Maybe we'll get some females in attendance and really broaden the diversity of this next year's game. So let's go to the last team. We've got Mr. Hoodie's team, Ryan Koff. Faler finally gets his moment to shine, and Matt Sattler. This team could. Before I speak, Faler, talk about your own team here.
I truly I think the team I'm really worried about with what you were just talking about is team 2, but with our team, I think we're overall we're grounded in a lot of ways. I think we're gonna finish top 2 for sure. Last year, a pretty similar team. We were 8 under going into the back 9. And unfortunately, we just parred out. But we've dropped some people that were good. We've added some people that are really good. I think we're going to have a really good run at this year. A lot of people don't know much about Ryan Kaufman. I put him in the category of like the Isaac Walker, very calm, collect, can really stroke the ball well. And when he does, it comes off to be a great shot. So I think with all of us contributing, I think we have a very good shot at this EAZY Open this year.
Austin.
It kills me to say it, but I do think this team is pretty solid. Danny Faler's probably worst on the team, but he has gotten a lot better this year. Sadler's probably the best. He has to carry a little bit. Huddy is kind of recent to golf, but he's very up and down, but he's kind of progressed quicker than most other people, I would say. But he's still, I don't know, a little all over the place. And then Ryan Kaufman's a great guy. He's a lefty, but he's very stable too. So I just think all 4 of these guys are solid. I would say a top 3, maybe. I don't want to say it, but I do think they're a good team.
Appreciate
DJ, say your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I've played with Danny before. It's been a few years probably. I'm just hoping someone keeps him honest while we're out there. Statler, I've only seen him play once, and I don't think he played that well. The last tournament, maybe last year. I don't know Ryan, and I don't know much about Huddy. I know Huddy's a great athlete, and recently I saw him in like Mexico with his shirt off. He looks pretty ripped, so he's pretty fit, I think, still. So I'm guessing he can probably hit the ball pretty well. Huddy, you looking sexy. Keep it up, buddy. Don't have kids.
Oh, there we go. The kids drop again.
Yeah. But I think this team will be in the top half. All right. So there's 4 teams I think are kind of really juggling for it, and I think they could be one of them. But again, it's going to be a toss up here.
So I think there's a theme running through this team. If we're going back to the football pitch here, we've got some left backs, we've got some right backs. I mean, Faler and Sattler didn't play much, so maybe that translates to the football pitch. Huddy injured in his prime. but
Same.
it's trying to come through a revival in the in the golf world. Ryan Kaufman, I don't know anything about him. Great name, but yeah, this team. I think what DJ said there about keeping you honest is the biggest thing, because you're infectious, Faler. You're infectious. You know, you like to just bend the rules a little bit, bend the rules a little here. The day's getting tough. You've had a few beers, and I can hear you already in the back of my ear saying, "Should we just push this up? You know, should we just count this as a gimme?" It's been known to happen in previous years,
Huh.
and I worry about that, to be honest. It could be banned for
Interesting.
future events if that is the case. And you're also the last team, which means there's nobody watching you. But again, solid team. We're kind of round it out. So let's just quickly, as we see the screens, I hope everyone's enjoyed my Excel skills. If you've been watching on YouTube, let's quickly rank these teams from worst, number 8, to best, number 1. Who do we have at number 8? Speak when you would like.
I'd say team 3 or team 4 will be 8 for me.
Austin?
3's fine.
I think 4.
I think 4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 3 or 4.
I think 4. I think Ewan is better than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to go. We'll put team 3 and 7.
That's
Who
fair.
is coming in 6th? I'm going to put. I would be going Ethan, Kaz, Jay, Greg B.
I
There's
think
a lot of work. We said about it at the start of the game.
Yeah.
that could potentially turn into 8 though if Jay drops though. But
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see.
have to do some rethinking there if that happens. But if you're listening and it's 5 days ahead of the event, you better have a replacement. Number 5.
Team 7 for me will be 5 for sure.
wow.
Especially if
Austin.
you play straight up.
Wow. Okay, well
I
let's
don't know,
hope.
I like team 4 is number 5. I
Wow.
don't know what Chino is. So it's
I
really
think
scary.
team 6 is 5. In all honesty, because you got Chino.
I think
Chino is the only one.
I think that.
I don't know.
I think this pack right here between team 5 and 6, we've got King, DJ, Bart, John D. It feels DJ's had such a good run that it really feels like this year is the downfall. And that's not to say John D and Bart. Bart has also had a good run. I think he's also a 2-time winner there.
It's been long enough though, so it's just
right. It all comes around eventually.
Yeah.
I'd probably
I
put
think
them
I'm agree.
5th.
I agree.
DJ, do you have a rebuttal? No. Okay.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm excited. I'm very confident what we can do.
You were the first one to jump at me with team 5.
In number 4, then we've got Team Easy, Team Lam, Team King, Team Huddy.
I think it's King.
What are we feeling?
Team King, for sure.
Danny, you're putting me and Ryan pretty high right now.
We've got Chino, Sam, Zach, never played in this tournament before. They may feel the pressure of the environment, so I definitely can see that.
Mm-hmm.
King, we'll use Austin's favourite word, a volatile. 4 kind of puts them in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So then we get down to the bronze, silver, and gold here.
Well,
like DJ, what's your opinion here?
I mean, again, I don't know anything about Team 2.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, I'm gonna go. Huddy will be Team 3. Eli's team will be Team 2, and Austin and EAZY, I think you guys have played so much this year, and you practice so much and probably go over your games weekly that you guys might bring home the championship.
I don't think that's a possibility.
Wow, I really feel like DJ's working on the reverse psychology here. Get to know him. He's really, over the years, he's one of them guys. He'll do that to you. Try and build you up. I remember in my football days, it's one of his strategies. It's kind of sneaky. I don't know. Faler, what do you think this final 3 is going to end up?
I think we take the championship this year. I think last year, like I said, 8 under going into the back 9. we had that chance. We just there was no cheating. But I like the team 1 at number 3, team 2 at number 2, and my team at number 1.
Okay, Austin finishes off. What do you think?
I'll put the dark horse team 2. Let's put them first, because you never know. Maybe they'll just come here and wax us all. Out of us and Danny, we got to put us second. I think we're better golfers than them, and we cheat less, so I think we'll beat them. You could probably switch DJ's team and Huddy and DJ's team with Faler's team, since I think he's kind of rolling over a little bit, but I know they're going to perform well. So I would say DJ's he's going to be like top 3 or 4, but I'll put our team as second at Jazzy.
Me too. I'm going to put as a second because I can't come into it as first place. Eli, we're going to put you as first. We're going to put you as first so that it can only be down from here for you guys, unfortunately.
I like it.
And Hoodie, Faler, Koff, Sattler, you're coming in the bronze place. So we'll see. You can follow along on the day of what the results. The scoring is always live and they'll be on the story. But we're not done yet. I'm going to stop sharing. The Excel presentation is finished. School is over. We're moving into awards night. We're going to hand out some awards. We have players who have played in every single event to date. And so we want to go through some things. DJ's got to attend to the baby. So Faler and Austin, you're going to start us off. Number 1, you have to exclude Louise because he was the anomaly. Who is the best golfer who has attended an EAZY Open? Not Louise.
I can start Louise.
Go on, Austin.
I don't know. I played with Jay a few times. I've seen him play well and not great, but when he is playing well, it's better than when we're playing well and most of the people in the tournament. So just a different echelon.
I want us to focus, though, here on the tournament performances. I know you don't get to watch everyone, but you know who kind of who's winning is in there. So Jay, on his 1 year that he did play, knows a solid golfer. He didn't show up that day, remains without a tour win. DJ Faler, who comes to mind from past years, is one of the best players.
DJ, who was that guy? The glasses, your friend.
Yeah,
OD,
Mr. OD.
Kevin O'Donnell.
Yeah,
he's a beat.
Yeah, he's OD. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have to give him the honourable mention as well. Not able to attend. Go on, Deej.
I mean, I obviously played with Kevin quite a bit. Kevin's definitely up there, but our first year that we won it, Sean Sassano played with us. Austin knows Sassano. He's probably one of the best golfers I've played with. So that is what it is for me.
So Sassano is also in the total category of a terrible communicator in organising and attending again. So I'm going to rank him down and give Kevin OD because the guy performs well. I've heard he's put it outrageous in tournament after tournament after tournament, and we're sad we're missing him this year. So Mr. OD, I heard some names before. Worst golfer. Who has had the worst performance over the years?
Bruce.
Oh,
that was mine too. So
I was gonna say Bruce or Alberto.
Brucey
one
there.
of the two.
honourable mention for Bruce, also not able to attend this year. Bruce, I know you're listening. We're going to miss you dearly. You're getting the award for worst golfer, but you make up for it in other ways. You really do. You're in the MJ category of vibe creator, and we'll give you that. So this might transition kind of smoothly, but who is the least likely to finish the round? Maybe due to alcoholic substances or else. Who is least likely to finish the round?
This year in this setting?
No, historically, but we will do this year too, just to
I mean, historically, Bruce.
mean, I was going to say the same thing. I think Bruce could probably be thrown in that category for sure. I mean, I love him. I've seen this though firsthand, so.
It's Oscar night for Bruce. He is collecting the awards with his second win, I think. Bruce, we've got some great stories from you. We also have to shout out Kaz and Isaac for the assist home in previous tournaments. I mean, really charitable work from them guys. But Bruce, yes, least likely to finish. But this year, there's no Bruce. We've seen who's playing, who's least likely to finish the round.
Either MJ.
Might have to give my guy Danny some love. That's personal, Danny, but I played a lot of golf with him, and you never know what you're going to get. So I've seen some, just like Bruce, a lot of throwing up on the course. So it's not all about the golf when you're out there. It's kind of a party too. Some people party harder than others, and I'll leave it there.
I'm going to give a shout out to the vibe creator, MJ. Always there for a good time. Honestly, if there's one thing about consistency, it's the consistency in which he brings his cooler with him everywhere he goes. It is a constant feature, and he knows how to enjoy himself on the golf course. So it could be MJ, depending on how well if our day's going good, we might have to cut him off. But if not, the sky's the limit.
Kieran could be Kieran could be the other guy. The reason being is because what you said earlier. If his team's doing shit and he's falling apart, he's going to get frustrated and he's going to continue to drink. And I think there's a high possibility of Kieran being that guy.
That's a great shout. Actually, that's some analysis, because if you look at his team and where that day could head, it might be his only saving grace. Most improved. I want to go most improved. You're going to have a think about this one. Over the years, who's that player who's, you're starting to see something? He's finally coming out of the gutter.
For me, it's tough to say because I haven't played with everyone more than like once. But I mean, for people that I played with a lot, to give Austin the shout out here, I think his game has come a long way in the last year. He's starting to score pretty solid every round I played with him. I think he's had maybe one blow up round last year with me, but it was only one. Yeah.
That's no kids, DJ. You can do whatever you want with our time.
Yeah. Another life.
I saw the lip wobble there, Austin. You get a little bit emotional, as DJ said.
He's kind of my dad on the team. All the time, energy you put in, just to be recognized, it's very nice.
Yeah,
Austin, who would your call the most improved be over the years?
I don't want to just suck up because we're on this call, but I have to give a shout out to both of them. To be honest, I've seen DJ play crazy bad, but we just played last weekend. He shot like a 38. So still up and down, but his ups are very good and a lot more consistent. And he doesn't play a lot, so definitely want to throw that to you that I think you got a lot better.
Thanks, pal.
And Danny, I know we say he cheats a lot and all this stuff, but I've played with him. He has gotten a lot better, and it sucks for me to say because I always want to tear you down. But this time I do think that you're one of the most improved in the group, so take that.
Okay, a lot of incest going on in today's call. And I'm surprised, Faler and DJ get a shout and I don't get a shout. I'm pretty hurt. I'm going to be quite honest, Austin. I don't know if it's because I beat you the past 2 years and record, but we'll move on. We'll move on. I think from my perspective, I'll come to you in a minute, Faler. These are players I haven't played with much as living in Colorado, but I'm hearing things. Hoodie is up there. Hoodie apparently went from no golfer to golfer. Chandler, apparently. I'm hearing Chandler went from no golfer to a golfer. I'm going to give shout out to Okya just for the short window because he's committed. He said this year, I'm repeating it again, this year is his year for golf game. And so I want to see something next Saturday from Mr. Okya. Faler, who's in your most improved category?
Buddy, I think he is. I mean, the past when he first started golfing 2 years ago or something like that. The man could barely hit the freaking ball, and now he's piping it longer than me sometimes. So a lot of potential there. Overall, good player, calm and collect, just like how he was in soccer. Just translated to the golf course.
Okay, we're on to our last two awards. Who is the dark horse in the group? If they show up, they could leave the group behind, that we don't know too much about. My brain goes to Chino because he's, he seems to be the social media star. Seems to be playing beautiful courses. He's spending money on the game. He's traveling. And so there's a lot of expectation. And I don't know if he's going to carry that on his shoulders. It's also 420 that day. I don't know if he's still if he wants to partake, but we'll see. Any other opinions?
For me, I'm going to go, I think Kieran could play lights out. Because I've played with him before, and he's been dialed in. I don't think this is going to happen next weekend, but it could from what I've seen him play. So,
Faler, Austin.
I mean, I'm looking at this list, man. I don't see much.
Anybody can do because I don't know them too well, so any of them could just show up and kind of blow us out of the water. But the other one I might say is Justin and his whole team. So I think if Justin plays really well, the other three people on that team are solid. So if they perform and contribute, that could be like a really good team.
Faler, who did you land on?
I think I'm going to have to go Chino as well with you, man. I think, a lot of hype. I want to see him perform well. I haven't seen him in years, so it would be great to celebrate that with him. But, yeah, we'll see. I think Chino's the dark horse this year.
And last award is the Thanks for Coming award. Who is that player who shows up every year, tries their best, gives good attitude, always is there, is really putting some time into the game. It's just not working out for them. So we say, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. See you next year. Who is that player for us? I see a smile on DJ's face. I feel like...
I mean, for me, it's like Kaz. I love him, but he's such a good guy. He's going to be so positive out there, and he's going to have some good shots. But I don't see it. I think I played with him in the fall. It was awesome. We played 9 holes. Great to be out there with him. He had some great shots, but it's just this game is tough, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer for some people to pick it up.
Austin, Faler, where are you landing on this one?
Yeah, that's where my head went to because I played with him a lot, and he always has a great attitude. Like, so you always want him to be around you, and it's also, I know we're like kind of shitting on him a little bit, but he's very athletic, great soccer player. I just don't think he's just not using it in his golf game and his swing yet. So you could argue with what we're saying. He actually has the most upside out of everybody that we've mentioned. But he's great to be with you on the round. So I would take him on my team.
Okay, Mr. Faler, any more attributes?
Kaz or Omer. I mean, there comes a point in your life where it's like, is it really for you or not? And I think that's kind of where we're at today's stage. So I don't know. I think I'm still going to give it to Kaz though. He's got to figure it out, but really fun guy to be around. Brings positive energy, and there's nothing more you can ask for, especially when you're golfing with your best friends.
Right. Oh, such a sweet ending. Kaz, I'm not going to say anything. I think the guys have chosen these 3. It doesn't matter who I say at this point. So they've already taken their stab at you. I wouldn't have said you personally, Kaz, just so you know. But I think that's was there a question there?
I said, who would you say? You can't just play politics and not throw any name out there,
As the host of this tournament, I'm going to end it on a great note. Everyone, thank you for listening. I really appreciate you enjoying this episode. It's a different episode. Tune into the EAZY Open in the next years. Attend the EAZY Open. We'd love to see you there. We want to grow it. We want a full course. And thanks for coming. Keep it easy.
Let's go.